Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ishida, and I welcome you to the second Nautcast, a podcast from the community for the community. Today's art was provided by Ibrahim Tigri, a artist that sent me his work. If you want to see more from him, please check him out. I got the link to his DeviantArt in his description. And after that, I want to welcome my co-host, who's back from time zones. Quick, hello.
Yes, I'm time zones.
Yes, time zones.
Phantom zone, dude. Phantom zone.
Okay, good. He's back from the Phantom Zone. How was it?
It's very Zod in there.
Okay. Seems like fun. Anyway, we got some exciting guests. Not one, not two, but three guests. That also coincides with the theme those guests share. They are from the team Three-Headed Monkey. We have, first of all, Kelfecil. Kelfecil, say hello.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. Second of all, we have MrPow. MrPow, say hello.
Hello, everybody.
MrPow is joining us from his vacation, so he might get some lag or something, but it's nice to have you here. Thanks for the effort you put on.
It's a pleasure to participate here.
And last but not least, we got the one, the only, we got Roark. Roark, hello.
What? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
So,
That's it. Yeah. Sweet.
how are you guys doing?
Fine, I guess.
Everything is going swell. The game is in patch 1.2, and a new day has arisen. Nothing is happening so far.
I'm in my holidays. I'm sitting in a freaking Turkish bar at the moment. So how could it get better?
You cannot be in Turkey right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, right. Nachos and cocktails.
Mm.
And do I hear Celine Dion playing in the background?
That's just his personal taste of music. Yeah.
My heart will go on.
Celine Dion. Oh.
We're finding this out right now as well.
Things have
we didn't know
changed.
that.
Finding out right now. Learning new things about each other. Amazing. Mr. Power is a big fiend when it comes to Celine Dion.
Anyway, so, guys, Rock, you already mentioned patch 120, so what do you guys think about it?
I think at the moment patch 1.20 has come out as a decent surprise. It's added Anya or Isla or whatever people like to call her. Oh yeah, if you hear a Coke, that's me. Talking about Anya means I have to fill drinks. Anya is quite a good character. A lot of people calling her to be OP, but it's added a new game mechanic to the game, which is actually quite good so far.
And not
Yeah,
to
I agree
mention
with
she's
him,
the first
and-
character... Oh, pardon me.
Yeah. That the balance is actually quite right with her upon release. Unlike other characters, Vinny was pretty strong upon release, whereas Isla was already pretty fine.
She's the first character I can think of that actually works in the Steam version that plays with the controller, like from the get-go. She's the only controller character that doesn't completely break down when you try to aim or anything.
She's quite a simplistic character to actually use, so there's not really any surprise there. I think the best thing is, as Mr. Power said, she's not overpowered, but people haven't yet got to grips with her. But it's quite good so far. I forgot what I was going to say. Bollocks.
It actually feels just fine because, as I said before we started the Nautcast, I brought like a friend to the game, and he played Isla and didn't find it like hard or easy or anything. He just found it like perfect. So I guess it's like one of the best additions they had in the Naut, I guess.
So basically, it's like Windows 8. Everybody who's new to Windows is like, oh, this is great. And all the old guys are like, I don't understand. This is broken.
What is this?
Yes, sometimes.
Where's Windows 7? Where's Windows XP?
I need my
currently
start
have a new
menu.
laptop, and Windows 8 is horrible.
Oh, quit hating.
Let's keep it awesome notes related.
Thank you.
That's another huge conversation.
Oh, yes, it is. But yeah, Isla is quite fun. As you guys might know, I interviewed in the special episodes Tim, the creator of Isla, and he's also quite fond of her. So if you didn't listen to that podcast, please check that one out right now. Links are
If you didn't
on
listen
the
to
channel.
that, what are you doing here?
Yeah, that's actually true.
There's continuity to these casts.
Yes, actually, we have a deep story.
I'm sorry, I didn't watch the last one. I will. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
You said, "What are you doing here?" And I'm just thinking, "Oh no, damn it, Rats, bye."
Okay, but yeah, but we're not only here to talk about the new patch, but we are here to talk about you guys and Team 3HM. So, what kind of team is 3HM? What makes you guys strong? What makes you guys different from the other teams?
I think MrPow should actually answer that. Like,
I think
he's like
I
the
think
brain
we
of the
all-
operation.
We all have
Yeah, I
different
think
areas
it's-
that we like to go. So I think we should go it separate because obviously to every individual person, this clan is something different. No matter how we like to look at it, it can be a pie, it can be a congregation of idiots just
Pie.
rambling, blah, 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 or it can just be an actual game where everyone's just coming together to have a laugh. That's it. So I think it'd be nice to listen to everyone's independent.
You just say a party.
Well, no, like I mean, to me, 3HM it was effectively a congregation of people. At first, it started off with just me and Calf and others just randomly soloing in games. We just got introduced to Awesomenauts, and we're not quite sure what the hell we're doing. We're just noobs. We're scrubs. We don't know what we're doing. And then over time, we have congregated together, either through playing with people or through playing with each other. I mean, if you look at MrPow, I was introduced to MrPow throughout Muzzo, and I was introduced to Muzzo by Kelfecil and Richard, by Kelfecil and all that jazz. It came together as a fun at first it was like a group. We had a lot of people that would join our Steam group. It was like 3HM. It was open. It was a load of people that would come together just to play games and have fun. And then it gradually turned into something else. As we got better, we wanted to improve. We wanted to actually create a game and try to be competitive. And then that led up to APL 1, 2, and just general private matches.
Well, not exactly like gradually. We just like decided one day, oh, let's make it a clan and kick everyone out. That's
I
when it
think
became
the
like,
exact conversation was probably just Kelfecil. I met Kelfecil in a game, and he said he added me, and I said he's a laggy bastard, and we started, and then Kelfecil just said, "Hey, do you want to team up?" And I went, "Yeah." That was it. I think that was it. I was, all right, there, done. And then
I like
and
that
then-
inside Roark's head, Kelp sounds like Pee Wee Herman. Is anybody else getting that?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like everything I hear, it's my way of making up for the lag. It's it's my heart. There we are. Yeah, I know. There we go. So to me, 3HM is a congregation of people who have a laugh and just want to play competitively, but also look into the game more. Like, we want to try out new things. If you look at MrPow, you look at Muzzo, they don't play set characters, unlike me and Richard will, for example, play Clunk or Froggy G. It's a congregation of people trying to effectively manipulate the game and see what we can get from it. That is what it is, to me, at least.
Yeah, that's what it basically is. I mean,
This is where you guys just go, no!
No, that's not right, Rock. Shut up.
Rock, no longer a 3HM. Alright, later. Bye.
3HM was originally started to keep Roark from hurting other people.
It's my trap. If there is no 3HM, I will
Roark
abuse
containment
everyone.
group. Roark containment group.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, it basically started like Roark said. Just started playing the game, and I just made an open group so that I can invite anyone I meet, and he's at least a bit fun. So I would just like whisper him and tell him on Steam, oh, you know, you wanna group up and play together? And we're basically like a totally different group of people, like at least 3-4 at the start playing as 3HM. Like they knew us as 3HM. It was actually I don't know if you've met them, like Total Biscuits and another guy named Dimisk, but they stopped playing after like 2 months of after Awesomenauts came out. And then it was when I met Roark and we started playing together. We met Richard. Richard was really scared of us, and and he wanted to join right after. And that's how it basically came to be. Like we said one day, let's make it a bit smaller as a group and keep it like a clan or something, 3HM.
It was very textual as well. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah. I mean, like every game, it was just be us, like, ha, look at this. Oh, what's this? It was all
So
tight.
let's get back to finding out why Richard was afraid of you guys. What did you do to him?
I just
we
wanted to
queued
ask,
up.
why the hell did you? How the
Yeah.
hell did you scare Richard?
Is there like a
Uh,
hazing ritual to get in? Do you like have to give him a swirly in the toilet before you can play in
Do you
3
even
Nah,
need to
nah, nah.
ask?
we
I mean,
we played so many games in a row with Roark, and we queued up every time against Richard. And when I like told him, "Do you want to join us?" and he's like, "Oh, you guys are like really good," and he said like stuff like that, and then he just joined in. And after a while, he just like cursing. He's like now cursing on us, and oh, you guys suck and stuff like that. Yeah, he's really cool to have in the team though. Nah, he's a cool guy. He was just one of those people that we just met through fighting against. I mean, we just queued up a lot and met people through fighting them. We didn't go searching, oh, who's the best guy at Froggy and stuff like that. We just found them, talked to them.
Richard,
had
we're
fun.
building a team.
Yeah.
So, Kelp, I'm assuming you're the Nick Fury in this Avengers group.
I guess. I'm the what?
Nick Fury. Did no one else watch Avengers?
Oh
It
yes,
made
yes,
$2
yes,
billion.
yes, Nick Fury. Yes, Nick Fury. Yeah. I just I'm a bit out of the scene, out of the competitive scene lately. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but just that I had some lag issues since
Some
like...
lag issues, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Understatement
Everybody knows
of the
what he's
class.
talking about.
Understatement of
played
the
against him.
century. Yes, you did.
Played against him recently.
Yeah, you lagged us to death, you bastard.
I was actually boosting my friend. It's not my fault I ended up with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm still like really active, but it's just that I can't be active in game because of the lag issues. I'm still moving to Holland though in September, and Richard himself promised to establish my internet connection when I get there. So it's gonna be cool again.
Ah, nice. So we're gonna see the return of Kelfecil.
Or at least the
Da-da-da-da.
return of Kelfecil under 300 ping.
Come on.
That would be a first one.
So, Pow, how'd you get into the 3HM?
Basically the same way as Richard. I basically queued up, was solo queuing, I think, back then, and I randomly ended up against Muzzo and some... I don't remember who else was queuing with him, but there was all the 3HMs, maybe Roark and Richard, not entirely sure. Anyway, yeah, basically just a game against them, and I asked Muzzo, which at that point was like the newest member, which I didn't really know, so yeah. Basically asking the newest member to enter the clan was kind of weird for him, I guess. So, but yeah, in the end, I just joined in through a game and actually talking through the forums. I think, yeah, now I remember. Bum was with them. Bum was another member in 3HM, which participated a lot back then, but he kind of got lost in Dota 2. But back then he was almost kind of the let's say ratty kind of guy, and I guess I pissed him off by cheating turrets, by evading bullets and stuff like that. So he posted up a thread on the forums, and that's what caught my attention, being like addressed by him in that way. So that's
So
how
3HM is
3HM got my
predicated upon
attention.
hate. That's how you build this.
Yeah, possibly. We kind of lost a part of that hate with Bum. He was a fun guy to have, nonetheless.
A Russian girl stole him. He changed his clan because there's a slight chance he might get laid. I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, that's Bum. That's Bum.
If that opportunity opens up for any of the others, will 3HM disband?
Because
I don't know.
Fudge has left the clan. No.
You never know what life throws at you. I mean, life threw at us, Richard. We accepted it.
Yeah, but that only works if you say it that way. I mean, life has also thrown at us bum fudge. Okay? It doesn't quite work for every single person.
He's a cool guy. We still talk with him sometimes, and he even still comes online and also not and plays with us. So he's like the mascot of the group. We still keep him in.
Oh, I thought that was Muzzo. I thought
No,
Muzzo
oh
was
my
the
God.
mascot.
I think it'd be ZQ would be the
Just wanted to say, I thought
Muppet.
CQ was the Muppet mascot.
mascot.
Pretty sure.
Nah, they're all active members.
There's more mascots than there are teammates at this point.
The whole team is just mascots.
Team mascots, go!
Team
So
mascots.
why
oh!
three-headed monkey? What brought that about?
Three-headed mascots.
Actually, it's a long story. It's I'm gonna keep it like real short. It's my favorite video game, and since I was like 5 years old, I saw my brother playing Monkey Island. You know, like the first DOS games from LucasArts.
I thought that's what it came from.
Yes, it is that where it came from. Damn my English. And I actually thought no one would accept it, but people actually accepted it really wholeheartedly when I played this game. And it fit right into it. I mean, it's a 3v3 game, so just awesome.
And there's always a chance to drink grog and call your friendly teammates Pirate Swill.
Yeah, maybe. That's why you're not in the team, though. You're not that funny.
Well, you said Kelfecil in a way is Nick Frost or whatever that.
Nick Frost.
Frost.
What? What?
Nick
Wait,
Fury.
Just go Simon Pegg on
Right,
me.
you
What
said it's
happened
Nick
here?
Fury, and I've always
What?
thought of him as a pirate. So, because he's got the eye pitch and everything, so that could fit. That could fit.
What?
What? It's just me.
That was a
Sorry,
conceptual jump I wasn't ready to make.
That was
Yeah.
interesting. Although I would like to see Nick Frost as one of the Avengers. And let's go
Simon
right
Pegg
into...
is going to be Ant-Man.
Wow.
That's gonna be great.
Oh, fun fact, by the way, the team was about to be named Team Fuck This Turret before being named Three-Headed Monkey. It's a weird
Wow.
story, but it was about to happen.
I'm glad it went a little bit more political correct than that.
Correctness. So, do you guys have any defined roles within the team, like those super serious Dota teams, like dedicated support player, dedicated carry, or do you just play what you want?
As Roark said, actually, we just play like certain awesomenauts, each of us, but we are not afraid of trying new things when new awesomenauts come out. For example, Roark was a dedicated Clank, and we all know that. But after like patch 117, I think it was, he thought I shouldn't play like only Clank. So he started playing Derpal, and he's actually as good as he is with Clank right now. So we try to get more like maneuverability around combos and new compositions we can make. Because there was a time when MrPow and Mazo were like scheming and doing these little math thingies. Mostly MrPow, me and Mazo were just helping, being the test subjects. And there were cases that someone had to play an awesomenaut that was the main of a guy who already played another awesomenaut in the team. For example, MrPow already played Railing and another awesomenaut, so someone else had to play the other one. So that was the time when we actually started playing more than at least two awesomenauts as our mains. But we're still like focused in the ones that we've been playing since the start. For example, you know, Roark is Clank, Ritter is Froggy, Mazo is Yuri most of the time. MrPow is a goddamn awesome Railing. I play Coco and sometimes Leon lately, but yeah, you get the point.
Yeah, yes, I do. So you guys seem very versatile.
Yeah, I think MrPow should talk about that. I mean, MrPow, go ahead.
MrPow.
Nah,
Now, pal, now, move!
Damn it.
yeah, at least for myself, I've been trying to actually play all characters for a bit, especially lately. From the other side, just think, well, if Roark is a good Clunk, then he should play Clunk if he feels like it most of the time. So I don't really ask people to play a certain character or to learn a certain character, but versatile, yes, our team should be as versatile as possible. So it's always good to have new characters. Also, as Kelf already mentioned, I'm kind of the guy tinkering around in the background, getting new plans, new comps out, and yeah, so I just come up with new stuff. I'm also kind of the guy calculating DPSs and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just something I like to do. And then I just bring them up in the team, and we try to fit the people in the roles. So
no spoilers or
most
anything,
of the
but
time,
do y'all have any interesting comps coming up for Summernauts?
We had something that we tried out, but we tried out with the wrong awesome knot. Instead of having Derpool, we had no. But I don't know if we're gonna try it again now. MrPow is going away for army,
yes, military
Yes.
service. So
Yep.
I won't be around during Summernauts, which is a
Yeah.
shame.
So we don't know if we're gonna try that, but we have some things in mind that we've been trying out in privates and online as well. But I don't know. I really don't know right now. We're probably gonna go with a standard kind of thing, Clank, Froggy, and something else. Roark, Ritter, and something else. But we still have to see how the new balance comes out, because it's still really early to decide what to go with for a tournament now that Isla is out. And we might have to work around things with Isla, because we haven't had many sessions where we try Isla with many comps.
Guys, I won't be around during the tournaments, but I will watch the footage, and I hope you don't go with cheap meta builds.
To be honest, I
I'll
actually
be
want
watching
to.
you guys.
If MrPow was capable of doing it, because at the moment every single comp we've used has been, at most it's been me, Muzzer, and Pow, which have been, I feel have been playing together quite a lot and trying out new combos. One of the best, I don't know if you, it's pretty obvious that we've been playing it because we've played it for quite a while. We've been looking into different characters for using, such as Genji. Genji is a very good character to actually start using in teamwork. He doesn't have to use his cocoon to initiate. It's a great defensive tool as well, and we can use his bubble to effectively charge in, and there's nothing people can do. Like if you look at the last match that we had I think there was a tourney match against Team Jizz. They ran a Genji and Anya and a Vinny. And those 104 dashes paired with Anya. And Anya and Genji is just insane. Anya and Genji on their own are...
Isla.
No, it's Anya. It's Anya. Okay? Let's get it right. I call it Anya. It is Isla.
It's like in
Isla, but I
Korean or
call it-
Japanese where you replace the R with the L sound, and apparently in Britain you replace N with Y.
I prefer... it's Anya. That's what she is to me. She's Anya. That is who Anya is. But continuing on, they are an extremely devastating force together. The health bonus, as Richard would say, if Richard was here, and he would say anyway, I think he was talking to, is that for Anya, health is pretty much it equates to how much damage and how long you can stay in the frame, and that's what she is. She was staying with her bubble, and she will devastate most people. And that paired with the shield really does lead into a demolition ball of complete chaos.
Yeah,
and ranting and moaning and me just going, "This is broken. What the hell is this?" Which is what I normally do anyway. But
I actually ran this combo. I was playing a lot with people on the MumbleNut server the last few days, and I ran a dedicated support Genji, and we just wrecked the enemy teams. It is so strong right now. Except
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter how effective the enemy team is, unless they have a snare or a stunner. You can effectively walk in and just wreck their face, and there is little to any resistance that can be offered. I like it. It's a challenge. It's a new combo that we're gonna see. We're gonna see more of these in the Summernauts, in any tournament that we do. We're gonna see all these new Anya demolition games, which are just gonna be insane. And I like that. That's good.
so
It's
it's
basically. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Please continue.
It is basically how I feel like the new comps are coming out. It is more of I don't know, intelligent kind of based compositions in Awesomenauts right now, instead of just raw pushing power, because in the past we had like Clank and Lancer most of the time, like footsie knots and stuff like that. But now we have like these combos trying to pinpoint enemies or take them into the wrong side of the map so that they can kill them, instead of having like the things I just mentioned. Because I don't know, I think the new map also enforced that, having a more intelligent kind of play instead of just going in. But I think that's a good thing. I saw it as a bad thing, the way I spoke. But yeah.
Well, no, I think
Said
the
it like
moral
a
here is
funeral,
variety
I'm
is
sorry.
awesome.
Yeah. The variety is like getting bigger and bigger. So it's becoming a much better game than it was at the start. Instead of being like another broken game where a new patch is just breaking in more and more.
To get down to an actual comp in the end, if I think if MrPow and like Muzzo there, we were there doing the comp, I think we would try out the one we've practiced quite a bit so far. Which is Genji, Derpal, and Clunk. Derpal is in no way underpowered. He has such a unique area of denial effect through his siege mode or through his snares. And I think just because people can't use him in the OP, oh my god, snare pump, death method that people are so used to, they're just calling him underpowered. But that's one comp that we would use because I think that's a great all-rounder. Even though some teams can be very pokey, that's what Genji's for. Genji's there to cocoon them, to save, to shield us up, to do all these different effects. It effectively relies about two massive defenders around the support character. That's pretty much it. We have tried it with Volta, but Volta is a little bit underwhelming in comparison.
Yeah, he doesn't have the utility of a Genji currently. But
It's the
last...
shield. It's the shield on the most part, and the cocoon's ability to affect the team play. If you go in, suddenly you can change it to 2 versus 3 instead of 3 versus 3, which significantly increases your chances.
It is so great. You can just separate one Nord from the others and finish off the other twos, and then focus on him.
Then just wait for the cocoon person. Oh no, no! Done.
Parenthesis. It's just I feel like the overheal in any kind of game, like the shield, for example, has always been like a thing that tends to break other healers. For example, in other games, when you get for example, in Star Wars, you get the Sage where he puts a bubble on the tank. So you get like this extra kind of healing you can do, you know? So the others are held back. So it's not like the first game that you see this problem, having an overheal kind of ability, rating the power of the playability, basically, of another healer. So I don't see why anyone would play Volter when you can just spend a few Solar and make Genji an adequate healer in your team.
Well, at the same time, you can still attempt to make the Voltar train, although Ayla breaks that down pretty well.
Yeah, there are many awesomeness right now that will break Volter's train, so I don't think anyone would bother.
Yeah, but you guys sound like a force to be reckoned with. Are there any teams you guys are looking out for in the Summer Knots tournament?
I don't want to start going on about what I confirm to be BS in this game about teams just running the, let's say, the most stun-efficient builds. So just to pent my hatred, I'm not going to say a certain team that revolves around Skoldir. I really hate teams that do that. But other than that, I'm looking forward to teams such as was this the Summer Knots? Yeah. Well, I assume that's it.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to Team Orphan. I want to see what they've done. I've seen I was playing with Sam last night, like 4 a.m. or something, as Anya, and he was going for quite a risky build. I would quite like to see Team Awful try out Anya in a competitive environment and see what it's like. Same as many other teams. Then, of course, in a way, I'm looking forward to Team. Is it Trollolo or
I think
whatever?
their Discovery Channel.
Team Discovery Channel. I'm looking forward to going against them, but I want to see if they're going to try something different to everything else. So far, it's been stun, lone star, minimal bite, missiles, stun. That's what it's been, and I'm not a fan. I'm not. They're great players. They are great players, but I just think there's too much BS in the actual build form of that. But in the end, that's what does have an effect in the overall game. That's what I'm looking forward to. It is games like that. I sound like I hate it. I sound like I completely detest it, but I actually love matches where I get so annoyed. It's a fun experience. It's so weird. I really love games where I completely freak out and rage.
Roark is
Simply
fueled
because
by
it's a
rage. It
challenge.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, precisely. It's so good. It feels so much better when you win. But if you lose, it feels so much bad. But you know why you've lost. It's one of those weird learning curves. As soon as you figure it out, you probably will be able to best it. Until then, it's just a rage fest of me just going, "It's rubbish! This should not be allowed! Nerf it now!" I don't know if there's any other teams you guys are really looking up to yet.
No idea.
Yeah.
I've given up on so many teams trying new things. I still feel like the only teams that are trying new things are Team Awful, Team Nerf, and maybe Team JIS. But other than that, most of the times I play online, either without pre-made or not. When I see enemy teams queuing up as a pre-made, they usually go for the obvious stuff, and that kind of frustrates me not because they're bad players, as Roark said. It's just that they find the easy way in, and having the piggy bank into the game as well, which is another huge conversation, and I'd love to see Roark rant about it again.
It's like you...
FUS.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, please establish on that.
Oh, you said... Oh, okay, I'll keep...
Go on,
alright.
please.
Fuck you, Solar! That's what it is, okay? I said it, I'm loud, I'm proud, that's it. It's simply that, that's it. We are trying out no Solar builds whatsoever. Obviously for competitive we might have to... I don't want to use Solar items no more! What's the point? There is no fun in just going piggy bank and then destroying the enemy team. I mean, we've been running no Solar and games are so much more challenging, but I just worry that they're challenging because everyone else, the entire enemy team, is using Solar items. And that's it. That really freaks me out, is that it doesn't matter how good you are at this game, one certain item, a Solar item in chance, be it Solar Tree, I've noticed just how good Solar Tree can be end game if you're running no Solar versus it. Is that piggy bank, it affects the instant early game, which means early level characters are extremely powerful anyway, which means you kind of screwed over early on. Then you have Solar Tree, which means end game you're going to start seeing some enemy players get stronger and start to decimate you. But that's it. Most of I don't mean this in a bad way, but most of the people we go against, be it teams, be it just solo queuing against people, it just tends to be certain characters that are either considered very great at the moment, for example Vinny, or it's considered to just be any character with piggy bank or Solar, and there's no variety anymore. It's like in the past with free pills, piggy bank, you could run with no Solar, and it was much more. You could see the difference. I mean, you'd see that, okay, he has free pills. He's going to have the health advantage. He's got power pills as well. But now there's no evidence of any advantage. It's literally like you either run Solar items and you are powerful, or you don't run Solar items and you just have a slower game. I think any item which affects I think MrPow could probably agree with, I know Richard definitely, we've been going on this for ages. Any Solar item is kind of breaking, it takes away from the game. It's speeding up the game to a point which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, look at Raylan. Look at Raylan or Leon. Sorry, with their Solar grab and Solar snipes, etc. You see them completely outlevel anything, and they don't have to be amazing players. It's not. They can hit things, but we can see a lot of Raylans just doing a straight line snipe or a straight line tongue as a Leon, and just wreaking like a million Solar. And I don't think that should be allowed too much. It takes up a point. It takes up a slot, which is what people argue about. But people don't quite see that power. Like things like piggy bank and Solar items, they really do have such a strong effect that the benefit of taking them far outweighs the loss of what they could have chosen. They could have
So
pills,
would you argue
but it's not
perhaps
much.
for giving everybody some sort of utility like that?
No. What I've been thinking ages ago is that people in the end are trying to speed up the game by getting Solar items. They're trying to speed up how fast they can get the powerful arms and win. We don't need to do that with Solaritems. I had an idea where you have early game, right, where things tend to be slow because you're grabbing items. So the solar rate can be normal, and then we get to mid game where things start to speed up. You're starting to see power. You're starting to see the build start to flourish. That's when the solar items should reach a stage. It should start increasing over time, the amount of solar that you gain. Of course, this also means that you lose more solar after the times you lost, but that, like when you're killed, you lose more solar over the time. But that, in effect, happens anyway. You're losing solar. You lose time whenever you die. You lose solar as a point of that. If you speed up the game in this way, so it's procedurally increasing the amount of solar you get per minute up to a set maximum, it might make the game appear much more at a pace, if you get what I mean. People complain about this game shouldn't last too long, and if you go piggy bank, we've noticed this, games are like 10 minutes, and that's a good time. That is a good time, but it's due to an item. It's due to piggy bank. I think just add a solar gain, a solar increase to the initial value up to a set maximum, and that's it. Away you go. Most games you don't have to max out your characters before you'll win, but this will help to speed up to the game to a point where people are happy with it. They don't feel the need to go with a solar item just to have an instant advantage. And that's really it. That's the simplest thing I've ever came up for it.
Kind of ruins the point of having like a build or something thought out and out, because you never get past the like 10th item, I guess. You only have to think about your 12 first power-ups, because after that it's just trivial. If you're gonna have more melee damage, more damage on your base ability, stuff like that are really trivial, because you're already probably gonna be at the second turret of the enemy team. Because if you were doing a good job in the early game with the piggy bank, as everyone is doing at the moment, then you'd be already downing the first turrets, and that's what we always saw when we played Solar Tree builds and combos. Every time we played, that's actually kind of sad, because you can hear it in most of our streams, like MrPow's Mothers or Roark or Richard.
It's because of Piggy.
Yes, exactly. Every time we played a game against a team and we saw one of our turrets go down, like really early in the game, we said, "Oh, don't worry, guys, we can do this. It's just a piggy bank." Every time. "Oh, don't worry, guys. It's okay. It's just a piggy bank."
It does sound kind of vain when you mention that way, but I would like to point out these players that we go against. We've played against a lot of people solo, as many people do. As a pre or solo, and they are good players. There's no arguing that. There are loads of great players. It's just, in the end, it just comes down to, oh my god, they took a turret, like AI said, they took a turret in like a minute. Oh, why is that? Oh, they've got Piggy. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it'll be hard, it'll be difficult to pull it back, but sometimes we would be able to, and it'd be done, or sometimes we'd completely just get rushed, and it's instant just game over.
Yeah, I mean, if they take like 2 towers, there's not much you can do if they have a backdoor after that. Even if you manage to push like 2 towers, they're still gonna be teasing your base from time to time.
Think of it,
so...
at that stage, early on, if they take all the turrets quite fast, which they can do within about 5 minutes if they're that much of a pushing force, suddenly they're still low level, so it takes them around about 10 seconds for them to respawn. So every time you kill one, you don't exactly have a gateway to charge into the offense, because they can just, as Kelfecil said, keep backdooring, which detriments from the game, because now you just have to constantly turtle, and you have to turtle for like another 10 minutes until they get to a level where, well, if they're a good team and they're not just overextending, or if they're just going to poke off one by one, they can just keep doing that until the end game, where they're like level 20. Then we have the time. We can react. We can charge in. Until then, it's a stage. Think of bots. you kill a bot. Oh my god, he's at our tower already. That's it. He just keeps poking away, and that's what players are. That's what players are.
I felt bad. It's like he's running.
I think it's time for us to move a bit on from that, because Roark is on the full rant mode.
I don't want to. I'm resisting.
It's okay. It's okay. It's actually quite interesting. Your suggestion about fixing the solar gain sounds pretty logical to me, but
It sounds logical, but
Yeah.
of course, I understand within a game aspect. If you change they've already changed the game logic before. Contrary to belief, they have changed the game a lot. They have, I say, and I still do, when they changed the health and they nerfed the health builds and they implement the health over time system, they completely changed the game. The logic has all changed. This is why we've had so many balance issues so far as well. It's because it may feel like it's the same game, but it is evolved, it is new, and that is why we have a lot of issues with certain characters being overpowered or underpowered, which is why we're leading up to this stage now. That's why we're
but at the same time, it's for the better.
Yeah,
it continually evolves and forces us to adapt with it and makes it an entertaining game.
And that is amazing. That is great. Although people still aren't getting used to the idea of adapting to a game as you're in it, instead of like I'll go a build, like I'll go like Lone Star. All right, I'll go missiles, Trinomite, and then I'll go with my ball at the last stage. No, I mean, look at your enemy opponents, see what they have, and build the game around them.
Yeah,
exactly. In the end, if you go with a set build, you're going to get thrashed by any other person who's looking at your build going, he's running this, I'll run that. That's all it is. I think some people need to get to that stage, but there are a lot of people already doing that. I mean, look at Clever Girl, Team Nerf Please or such. They look into everything about this game, and they come up with such frustrating comps. It's so good.
You get pushed back when you start thinking like that, though, because there are always the piggy bank builds and the piggy bank combos that always trust you.
Yeah.
And by saying that, may I add like a relevant subject to the whole conversation so that we can keep the solar as well?
please.
You don't mind?
No,
it depends
no.
on how long we want to spend on this subject. I think
No,
we're
no,
moving
it's
on.
like
I don't care.
just want to say like it seems to me like it's a handicap, the piggy bank, like getting a head start at the start of the game. It's like really feels like a handicap. And what I want to say is that I wanted to address the issue of it might sound like whining, but it's not really whining. The issue of tournaments having weird rules. Yeah. The issue of some tournament rules, because, for example, I suggested having a ban rule. Like after one game, banning an awesome nod, or even at the start of the first game, banning because I feel like it still has a handicap, you know? Because if you do that, if you ban a character, you can still see how a team
Kelf,
will walk
I
around
don't know
that.
if you've read the rule set for Summer Knots, that's what it's based around. And also,
Yeah,
you're
it's implemented
slowly
now.
you're slowly becoming a robot,
He's
voice-wise.
lagging.
Yeah, you are lagging
no.
a lot. But
We can't reach him through the lag room.
the lag wall.
Come
The lag
on.
wall.
Kelf, no!
Yeah, just that. Yeah, when I first said it, people were like, "No, people make builds around that, and you can't just ban a character." But that's the point. If you're a team, if you know how to, if you have team play, that's when it's gonna show up. You know, if you just play with a certain kind of combo, it's not gonna show how good you're with your team. You just play the same thing all the time. But if they ban like Froggy, Clank, or Railing for you, then you have to play like something totally different and get used to something new, or have like a backup plan or something.
That
So,
is...
as
Kelf,
Roark
what
said-
if the opposing team banned lag? How would you fare with that?
Oh my god.
That's what the lag tests are for, isn't it? It's a lag test if Kelfecil's in this game. No, deny.
Failing great on that lag test.
That is why I love. I remember you posting ages ago on the stream your rules and stuff, and just looking at the rules. The rules are great. Like for some lots, you can ban a character, and I love this. I mean, I probably
love it as
won't
well.
like it when someone goes, "Oh, I ban Clunk." No, but in the end, it means that. This is why I've been changing my cat. This is why earlier it was mentioned. I went into Derpal and I've kind of designated myself as the tank for now. But that's what I love about it. It's about adapting. It's about having understanding and knowledge about the characters that you're playing with and against. And that is so good. I hope they implement something like that in APL 3. APL
I believe
2?
it's 3 next.
3,
It's
yeah,
3.
3.
Yeah, 3's next.
Ah, APLs go fast. I remember when I was a little lad. APL 1.
Yeah, but it's the same that Clever Girl said on the first episode, that the banning stuff like the banning system will show who are real good teams and who are teams that just run one composition really good. Because a good player can always adapt and change his character around.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You
think I
can't like
phrase
count
it
on
as
playing one thing.
it is currently he's best at the BS. That's it. It's like who's the best at pulling the BS and winning because of the BS. That's it. I like to judge people in how much BS they have, and if they tip the point, then that means that I'll rage pretty hard. I think that's how it should be. So
Let's
Remove
change the
character,
leaderboard
ban character.
rankings to who pisses off Roark the most.
yeah.
You hear
that's
that,
how it
Juice?
should be.
That'll fix the system. Is it Juice or Yoast? I hate pronouncing that damn name.
It's the new ELO. It's the WPR. Who pisses off Rogue?
What?
WPR.
We're gonna adopt it in Dota and everything.
Yeah.
Data. Bad memories.
We're
This
gonna make
will
you watch
denial.
streams, and the more mad you get, the better we know they are.
This will fix leaderboards. WPR will fix leaderboards. Ronma, implement, please.
Oh, there's a current bug with the leaderboard actually. I think Toilet has managed to manipulate it, so he's in place 1 with 0 win percent. Volta, main character, 0 game played, and 30,000 rating was what I saw. And now it's
What?
magically changed to Froggy G, with 100 games played. So yeah, there's something up there. I heard there's something going up with the leaderboards as we are now. But that's off topic. Let's continue. I'm sorry.
Gossip on a podcast?
No.
No.
But yeah, we will see. But regarding mistakes and stuff that was broken, I was amazed how fast Ron reacted with the hotfix.
Oh yeah, as developers, I don't know what everyone says. Like they might have made mistakes and stuff, but you can't hate on the guys. Come on, I mean they've done so much work for such a little community at the start, and the community continued to grow just because of them, in my opinion. I mean
There's so
they're
much
doing
hate
an awesome
for
job.
them. There's so
Yeah, I
much
mean,
hate, and why is that
Come
hate?
on, give
It's
them a
because
break.
someone's posted a message saying, "I want this to change. I want this in this game," and then they're not going to implement your stupid lopsided. I've played one game and I think this is broken. No, now, like, no, they're not going to listen to that, and that's why they get hatred. Look. Why would they have fixed the game this fast? Well, I mean, I can't believe how they managed to screw it up so badly, but they fixed it. That's the point. I mean, they didn't just leave it out there like, oh, well, have fun with your permanently healing clunks. Yes, have fun.
Yeah, they're normally pretty good about the hot fixes. Although, what was it, in 1 I want to say 1.3 when Raylan had the broken hotfix or the broken HC bomb and they left for Christmas vacation.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What? When she would do quadruple damage?
The double damage, and she had like, I don't know, 10 shots in a row with them. Something like that.
Yep,
It was like
that
the
was
HC
it.
bomb was broken, that it just stayed.
And
The effect
they
stayed
were off
when
on
you kept
holiday.
shooting.
Dudes, I've seen much weirder things with lag. That was nothing.
I wasn't even logged
Please.
on the game and I died.
Kelf, are you talking about triple two?
No,
the
quadruple
tongues.
tanks.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Calf, you. Oh. All right.
What the fuck?
I
Please
have-
elaborate.
I have some like videos. I record sometimes with props so that I can show people just for fun. I sometimes tank someone if it's really laggy for him and for me. I tank someone and he teleports to the same place for like 4 times in a row. So I can just stand in that place and keep backstabbing him or something.
Kelfecil is one of the few people that have ever made
Sorry.
me rage quit from this game. I'll just
Oh.
mention it briefly. There was a game we were having, me, Pow, and Muzzo against it was just me and Pow against Team Awful, 2 of them, BFR and Sam. It was such a great game. Boom! Kelfecil has joy.
I am not
Oh
doing
my
it on
god!
purpose, by the
It
way.
was horrible. Right, just imagine Coco. You know, you've played with him. Now imagine it.
We've
Invisible
seen
walls,
things.
right? you will never unsee what you've seen, right? On my screen, literally, I was hit by like 4 balls in a row, and I just watched my teammates die around me. Literally, I was hit, knocked back, hit again, knocked back, and I just watched my teammate run out and instantly disappear. He's
overreacting now.
He was
overreacting.
No, he ran out, and then you just see 3 balls hit him instantly. All he could do was type, "Oh my god, what?" And I just saw him. I turned around and he's just dead. He just exploded, and I'm just, oh no.
Kelfecil, please.
The thing is, I feel like I'm playing handicapped, and I've had some issues with people hitting on me because if you see how I play, it's really hard for me because I can't escape like dynamites, I can't escape explosions or anything because of the lag. On your screen, on your screen, I see it like 2-3 seconds later, and people don't understand that, and they say like, "Oh my god, you're lagging! It's like you're cheating! Yeah, it's impossible to kill you." And that's the reason why I die a lot, because I lag. And it's really frustrating to see people thinking you're doing it on purpose and you're abusing it and everything, when I'm just trying to enjoy the game.
I don't understand that argument. You can't fucking lag on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, trust me,
Wow.
you can't. I've tried.
I don't know about
you
that.
You can lag on purpose.
Yeah.
I know.
If anybody has mastered it.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember reading some forum posts. Yeah, people with lags, they join games for easy wins because they have lag.
Yeah, but you can on purpose lag. I can do it. I can do it myself as well. I can increase my lag and get a handicap on them if I want to, but I don't do it. I just know how. After all the time, I just know how. It's really easy.
10
Of
pages
course,
of meat spin.
You've mastered the lag.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a video on YouTube where I kill. I think it was Roark. Was it you, Roark, who I killed? He was stuck on my screen.
Don't
I
fucking
was
be
playing with Team Awful.
surprised.
I was playing with Team Awful against 3HM. They were just queuing online, and I just joined, and I got on the enemy team. And there was a point when one of them was stuck in one place, and I just stayed there with Coco and kept hitting the same place. And some from Team Awful said like, "I just saw you hitting like one spot, and then I saw someone die, and there was no one there next to you."
Yeah, I actually remember that one. It was a Skoldir. You were.
That was the
attacking-
Skoldir in front of my eyes.
You were in We were in Sorona. He was basically standing next to the bumpers in the middle, and I'm going up to our jungle. I just got out of the jungle. I see Skoldir flying towards me, and suddenly he just dies by melee Coco, which is standing half across the map.
Nightmares!
I'm sorry this entertains me so much.
I feel like this is like a meeting of veterans. We all have PTSD.
It sounds
I gave
funny.
you a link.
It sounds
I gave
funny.
you a link.
Try playing in that game.
Kel sent me
try
the
it.
link. I'm gonna
Go
put
on.
it in the description afterwards. This seems like fun.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we could exchange like hours of lag stories or something like that, but I think we're gonna wrap this up now.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I'm sorry if I got into that.
no problem. It's great fun to listen to that. I could listen to you for hours. So, I want to introduce a new thingy I'm gonna do on the Nautcast from now on. I'm gonna do some community spotlights. I had a lot of people emailing me like, "Hey Ishida, I really like your podcast, and would you mind featuring my channel on your podcast?" So I thought I'm gonna give something back to the community by featuring a channel per podcast. So I'm gonna start today with Richard, who's not the 3HM Richard, mind you, who sent me his channel. He does Awesome Nuts music videos of killing sprees. So I'm gonna put the link into the description, and you can check him out. And if you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, then
Send
don't.
hate mail.
Yeah, send hate mail. Don't subscribe. But also a shout out to the community. If you have a channel who you want to have featured here, just write me an email at nautcast@gmail.com and we can see about that. So I think that is it. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. It was a pleasure talking to you.
It was great to be here. Could I just mention one thing? Don't be shy to start your own new teams. It is amazing. Just do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Puggernauts, whatever, mumble,
don't do
whatever.
drugs,
Talk
kids.
with people. Do it. You will never regret it.
You sound like a rockstar giving out advice.
Never forget FUS.
And never forget lag. Oh my god, lag.
All the lag.
Oh, the lag in the world.
Yeah, the pleasure was all ours, Sida and Quick. Thank you for having us.
Well, if that's the case, we'll be charging you by the hour.
Yeah. I
All
think
that
so.
pleasure isn't cheap.
In lag hours, that
Wait,
equates to 2 minutes.
wait, hold on. This wasn't all inclusive.
No, it wasn't actually. So, how you guys?
Say like pay.
Paul or Meistercar or what is it? Yeah. Anyway, enough.
Obviously, they're all
I'll
using
just-
American
I'll
Express.
Pay directly when I get
Of
back.
course. Enough with the bad jokes.
I live in Greece, I can't pay.
Yes.
Oh god. That just happened.
He pays with lags.
Did you like never wonder why I like that much? I live in the most crappy area of Greece. I live like a little village in a little village. That's why I have such a crap connection.
That
Yeah.
explains some things. Okay,
People-
but
Now I'm trying. Now with village, you just made me try to imagine peasant Kelf.
peasant pelf. New skin
Wow.
confirmed. New skin confirmed.
People have asked me if I'm from Pluto, actually.
Okay, anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. The Nautcast will be returning in 2 weeks, where we are going to talk about work for the community, like content production. I'm going to be joined by Kajix, who is organizing a monthly Awesome Nuts tournament, and Creepy Pie, who some of you guys might know from all the guides he created on Steam. So if you're interested in that, join in the next few weeks. If not...
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
Hi, Mom! Hi! Woo, I'm on the Nautcast! Hi, Mom!
Hi, Kelf's
Okay, yeah,
mom.
you can go now.
Hi,
I'll just
Kel's
tell her
mom.
for you.
Oh my god, no, that is so wrong.
Anybody else got any shout-outs or things you wanted to say before we end this?
Fuzz! Fuzz!
Fuzz.
That's it. Fuzz.
Fuck you, Solar.
Fuck you, Solar!
Oh wow,
Okay.
we have to chop off that entire back part.
Yeah, we have to. But yeah, I think that's it. And with this, we are out.